genuine dialogue, collaborative conversation. And I think it is right that we are having that in a very detailed way, very intensive way. And I know officials have been talking with businesses several times, even since I did just last week, and that work will continue so that we can get to a point where we have got a good understanding and a good collaborative outcome from that work with business to be able to publish those guidelines this summer.
Yes, but the two are not incompatible, are they? You can have collaborative, meaningful consultation and engagement and deadlines. Surely there must be a broad acceptance of the principle that it must be desirable to have more than one stepping stone in this process from mid-June to the end of December, rather than just leaping from mid-June to the end of December. There should be some staging posts in place to say we need to hear from this group by then, so that we can respond by such and such, then take that to Barnier or whoever. At the moment, this open sky approach may have been appropriate 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but 6 months out seems to me playing with fire.
Well, I think that there are three things there that I would respond to. The first is that Michel Barnier is the negotiator on the future relationship. The protocol is separate from that. Our interlocutor is Maroš Šefčovič. The second thing to say is that there are specialised committees which sit under the Withdrawal Agreement Joint Committee. They are the means by which the European Commission and the UK and relevant parties engage in these discussions. And the third thing that I would say is that it is not the case that the conversations are being conducted rather than the manner of correspondence in an 18th century novel, where we wait for a polite reply from one participant before we then draft our others. It is an intense and collaborative process in which both sides, business in Northern Ireland and the UK government, have a clear incentive to make progress. So it's not the case that either of us are being dilatory in doing so, and there's been no lack of energy in doing so. So again, the determination of both sides in order to make sure that we can have the most effective and light touch approach is there, and both sides are incentivized to do so. There's no reason for the UK government or any of its constituent agencies to drag its feet, and there's no reason for businesses in Northern Ireland to be backward in coming forward.
I think that works very, very fluidly and positively, in the sense that business knows that when they're having an engagement with us, either at ministerial level or with officials, Brendan or Colin, who are working together across Cabinet Office and NIO as well, and with our colleagues on the Northern Ireland Executive, they know that what they are feeding into is feeding directly then into the conversations that are being had with CDL and the team looking at that at the specialised committee. So it is a completely joined up process. And as CDL rightly said, as you've said, Chairman, as well, business wants to get this information, so they are incentivised to be working with us very, very proactively, in the sense that there is no need for us to be able to put artificial deadlines down when we are actually working through this in a very productive way that I think works for business and is fluid enough to be part of the process rather than just feeding into it.
Yeah, well, Chancellor, you mentioned novels occasionally during this meeting. I've started to feel a little bit like Alice in Through the Looking Glass, having a conversation about what words mean.